Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. We are off to Beijing for today's daily challenge, where we will begin with 2 bridges, and that's all we get. And we begin with 4 roundabouts and presumably can get more. Now, listen, friends. We love us some roundabouts here at twitch.tv/the_Goog. They're quite good, but, I think I'd rather have it the other way around, where you start with 2 roundabouts and that's all you get, and you start with 4 bridges and can presumably get more. The present state, where we have 2 and exactly 2 bridges and shall never receive any further than that, is well, it's troubling. It's not great. It's problematic. It's fine. It's certainly the worst thing that happened in the United States overnight. Is that we. Oh, God. All right, well. Man.
Hear ye, hear ye.
That's about all I have to say for it.
Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Sunflare Space was here first. Good afternoon, Sunny. For once, she is not at work. She is here to bask in the glory that is good morning Mini Motorways, even though it is not, in fact, the morning. We'll take a couple of traffic lights because, Lord knows, listen, again, we love us some roundabouts here. We're not going to use 5 of them. I feel very confident saying that we're not going to use 5 roundabouts. I am indeed a little early. So basically, here's what happened. A while back, OBS pushed an update. And this is what happens. This software is open source, gets updated every once in a while. And in so doing, it broke the timer widget that I had been using. Broke to the point where it doesn't exist on my computer anymore, somehow. So, my timer widget hasn't been working. And if y'all have been watching the stream for a while, you know that. And in breaking the timer widget, I've accidentally broken myself free of the yoke of is that a thing that can be reinstalled? Because OBS has also been yelling at me about the captions plugin, and I've been kind of lazy about doing that. I should probably do that. Anyway, where was I going with this? Right, timers. So the timer widget is caborked, and because of that, we haven't had the usual countdown timer of, oh, the Goog will be live in 4 minutes. No, it's just kind of, we go on the starting soon screen for a little bit, and then we just kind of go. Oh, I didn't realize there was water down here. We need to extend this then, because we're not going to be using one of our silly bridges for no particular reason. All right, you come up over to here. We'll wait for this to defrag itself. But basically, 2 things are at play. 1, I have accidentally freed myself from the yoke of structured time, and 2, I have to be on a Zoom call at 8. So, yeah, I have to be on a Zoom call at 8, and because of that, it's like, well, I'm here, I'm awake, I'm all set and ready to go for once. We might as well, you know, go. So go we did. In fact, you know how I said we weren't going to be using 5 roundabouts? I'm still fairly confident in that. However, we might use 2, like right here, in order to get these blues over to this business. This all makes complete and total sense, doesn't it? I don't have to explain what's going on over this way, do I? We've got, you know, blues that want to get over to here. They come down here, they go through this roundabout, and they go over that way. Can't you just lead the reds to the left and under the blue? Lead the reds to the left and under the... Oh, you know? You know, Sonny, I think you might be onto something. I think you may indeed be onto something right here. If we just take these reds over like this, murder chop all of this road, murder chop all of this road, you come down here, you go up there, there. That does make more sense, doesn't it? Leaves a little bit of exposed real estate in here, but it's is shorter, simpler, to the point, conserves roundabouts, is good, is better. Yeah, yeah. Is like that sketch on the Amanda Show. Ah, Amanda Bynes television vehicles. You were once a thing. This yellow could theoretically hoop up and around over to here, but that would make this a more complicated intersection than it currently needs to be. So we'll not bother doing that. You are you're rather annoying, but what I can do is just kind of swoop and steal and run the two of you off that way. And now the two of you swing down that way. So now we have 6 red houses serving this circle. You are an irksome yellow business. Hi there. Oh, let's see here. We'll grab and deny and /ban the horrendous spam bot. And then, what shall we do over here? It's a good question to which I presently do not have an answer. I think what we're going to do, at least for Startskis, is run this yellow up and around like so. I don't know about Hutch, but that'll take care of the Startskis at least. Now I could get this yellow into the roundabout and then up and over, but that would be tricksy. Let's take 30 more road tiles. So we'll be totally good. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. I have a stupid and terrible idea. Behold. Behold the wonder that is my stupid and terrible idea. So these reds right here, right? They're presently going up and over to get into this red business. What if instead they cut down here? These reds cut down here. This yellow goes into the roundabout. This yellow goes into the roundabout. These 2 yellows right here are the ones that wind up servicing this business. Hey. Hey, and indeed, hey. That might or might not be a good idea. It remains to be seen. Let's tweak this just a skosh more so that we can get another blue friend. Come down here into the roundabout. Keep these 2 businesses mollified. That'll be fine. Yeah, your name used to be Jenny, but now it's Molly. You've been mollified. Oh, God. You've been mollified is one of the titles of the episode. I don't know if it's going to stick, but, you know. Oh, goodness. Oh. Ow. I should mention, incidentally, that on Wednesday, our dear friend of the stream, Kitty Cat Nora, has dental surgery scheduled on account of her teeth being fucked, on account of her being a kitty cat. So, what we're going to do, if I can find my schedule graphic, hold on. If I can find my schedule graphic, there we go. What we're going to do is a rare, later than usual Gimmimimim stream. We're going to do Gimmimimim starting on Twitch at 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, because the alternative is I get up super early. And listen, I took the whole day off of work, so it's not like I'm going to be doing anything at home. So, Wednesday, we will have a later than usual start for Gimmimimim. Y'all will be able to, at least on the east coast of the U.S., it'll be a workday Gimmimimim. Sunny is used to the concept of workday Gimmimims. That's pretty much all I do for her, but you know. All right, these yellows go up that way. We got to make room for this gray business right here. I think the easiest thing to do in that regard is we'll grab these 4 gray houses. We'll draw motorway number 1. It'll come up here. Cool. Next, we'll draw this over that way. Have this ugly little hairpin, but, you know, it's fine. We're conserving bridges. Also, at some point, this red circle went a little, well, it became a circle. It didn't used to be a circle. It used to be a square. Then it grew, expanded, rounded itself. Sunny usually starts lunch at the time of Gimmimimim. Kept pushing lunch back because work. Arg. Curse you, work. How dare we need to engage in labor for capital? Is a bad deal, honestly. We ought to explore some means of, you know, if only there was a way by which the workers might take control of the means by which the production is done. I don't know. Has anyone thought about ceasing the means of production? That seems like a good idea. I don't know. I'm not a theorist. Let's take a motorway and note that has anyone thought of seizing the means of production is probably one of the titles of the episode. It's a little bit lengthy, but it is funny, so it's got that going for it. Has anyone thought of seizing the means of production? At this point, I would settle for seizing the means of the Democratic Party, but God, I don't want to talk about it. I'll just make snide cracks. Let's see here. Ooh, gross. We've got this gray business over here, which needs dealing with. I could run these yellows up and over. Actually, yeah. I was thinking I'd do that and a bridge, but I don't think we need the bridge part. I think we'll just run you up to here. We'll bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. So these two yellows have an exceedingly lengthy run to get over to here now. Meanwhile, these three grays right here will take motorway number 2 and go all the way up into here. So 4 grays serve this business, 3 grays serve this one. I could just take these 2 grays up here using one of my 2 bridges, but as previously stated, we're only going to get the 2 bridges, so I kind of want to be a little bit precious with them. I feel that's reasonable. I don't know. How long are we going to be able to keep this whole 1 roundabout 2 blue businesses thing going? I don't think it's going to be much longer. Actually, I think it's going to be no longer. I think we're going to stop it right this very moment, in fact. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab these blues here, and we're going to run them up in this way, and I'm just going to toss a roundabout right here. Actually, hold on. I don't think I need a roundabout, because we can once again redirect this enormous red cluster. This enormous red cluster, well, that one's got to go that way. Yeah, you go off that way. And now you reds come down here, go out that way, back. Wait, where had you been going? Oh, right, you're going down here to this red circle. I'm smart. I understand things. So you come down here. These blues swoop in that way. On the other hand, that does leave... it leaves a bit of an issue problem. The issue being that there are, like... Yeah, no, that's not actually good. Okay. New plan. Like, the problem would have been that these 3 red houses don't really have an easy way of contributing to this without another roundabout somewhere. So if we're gonna need a roundabout, we might as well, roundabout. We might as well just do it upright. So let's do it upright. These 1, 2, 3, 4 red houses here will swoop in that way into the northern entrance of this roundabout. These blues from here will come up there into the southwestern spur. These 1, 2, 3 reds will swing in this way, form a western spur, and then our eastern spur goes off to this red business. Hi. You're a jerk, but fortunately, you're the kind of jerk we can take care of. You go up here. We use one of our 2 precious bridges. Ow. Give me a 3rd roundabout rather than a 5th and 6th traffic light. I don't think we're going to actually use either of those assets, but it's good to have them, I suppose. You may as well swing like so. Go off that away. We'll draw this road going up here-ishly. Get as many as 5 red houses involved going up that way. Cool. Or we'll just let that happen and take back some road. All right, now, you spawn there, you spawn there. You're a yellow business. Interesting. You're a yellow business that is not presently being serviced. And you also have some green friends. Well, that's ucky. What if there was a way by which we could do this and also this? This, then, would be a PCTL. Okay. So this yellow business is at least getting some level of attention. It's far from ideal, but it is something. These two reds I'm just going to toss right here. They'll provide additional extra support for this guy via the roundabout. You are basically begging for something. Hold on. Obvious answers are a spur of the roundabout or being peeled off, and I think we're going to go with being peeled off. You go up, you go down, swinging that away, so the two of you take care of that. Okay, now, this yellow we can redirect into the roundabout fairly easily. Hey, question, why don't you just take the southern spur? That's probably an artifact of a previous structure. You go off that away. You don't really have anything to do. You're kind of okay. Actually, you know what? I can put this yellow up here now that we've got 3 here to service this business. Wait! Now that we've got 3 yellows here to service this business, this roundabout need no longer exist. Hey, hey! You know, we are all about roundabouts here at the _Goog, but we're also all about not needing roundabouts. So if you go down that way, that'll be, I'm out of road because I've restructured this too many times. Oops. All right, I got another plan. So we're going to take these blues, we're going to send them off that way. Once this all defucks itself, this is going to make more sense. Give us a second. You come over to here. So the idea, one of the ideas rather, was that these blues come here. We do a PCTL right thusly. That frees up 11 road tiles. Okay. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, these 8 blues are going to work together, get over here, service this business. That'll all be fine. Now, you are a weird little yellow guy. I think I want to future-proof this, and I want to reposition these reds. Go up that away. And I'm going to want to peel this yellow out of here. We're gonna want to motorway this, I bet. Motorway or roundabout it. This is gonna be a problem. You go off that way. Go that way. Okay. Yeah. Every time Sunny hears me say yellow guy, she thinks Lao guy, as in the Earth Kingdom's Lake Lao guy. Sunny, I can promise you I am not making an Avatar The Last Airbender reference. I have never seen anything that calls itself Avatar. Not The Last Airbender, not the weird blue people movie. I don't even remember seeing a wrestling match featuring Al Snow's original gimmick. Al Snow once wrestled under the moniker Avatar. So, also you probably didn't hear the first time I pressed the button, so I will now press the button. Glorious. There you go. Let's see here. You go up that way. We have these 4 right here. Let's take a roundabout thusly. Okay. So these 4 yellows are going to serve this circle. These 1, 2, 3 greens are going to serve that. These... Oh, hi. Oh, you're a circle now, are you? Well, that's a choice that you've made. Not one that I support, but okay. This roundabout suddenly became very important. Not a huge fan of that, but... Avatar The Last Airbender is very good in times of doom and authoritarianism. Hey! That's the Republican platform. Doom and authoritarianism. Oh, God. This fucking country. This fucked up fucking country. Don't come here. Listen, if you're a person who is considering a business or pleasure trip to the United States of America, please listen to me, an American citizen, as I suggest to you instead, don't. Just don't. There's, well, if y'all have been paying any amount of attention, you should know that there's a fair bit of shit. And in addition to the fair bit of shit, we've spent a good portion of 2025 just erecting various fans. And many of these fans and all of the shit, they've been there for a while. Very little of this is new. Surprisingly little of this is new, but my point is, there's an awful lot of shit, and there are some large fans, and, well, you know, they have sayings about this. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna get real bad real fast. But you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everything will be fine. Maybe I'll hit the Powerball and the Mega Millions in the same week, and everything will be fine for me and the people I care about and can help. And you know, those are the people who matter, right? Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you have money and the properly pasty complexion, you can probably swing it, and it'd probably be okay for a minute or 6. And, you know, some people gotta. Some people gotta. And if you gotta, you gotta. I get it, you gotta. But if you don't gotta, maybe don't. Maybe just don't. Oh, God. All right, what are we doing here? We've got a whole bunch of blues here not really doing anything. A couple of reds over there doing just fine. This yellow, you are actually a yellow road. You might as well point off that away. Hi there, gray business. You spawned just... Man, this gray business did just spawn right there, didn't it? All right. These blues will swing all the way over that way. Yeah, you know, it used to be better. It's presently worse. It's gonna get worse than this. It'll be fine. Man, at this point, I probably should just say what I'm dooming about. So, for those who haven't been aware, the United States federal government has been shut down for several months. Did that thing pass, or are they just still talking about it? Yeah, okay. They grumble. Fuck. Okay. So the United States federal government has been shut down for the past few weeks or months, or for a little bit now. And the primary reason is that, one, our country is structured stupidly to the point where every year we have to pass a bill saying, hey, let's keep the federal government going, or else something like this happens. And when you have a stupid, petulant child whose handlers are hell-bent on destroying the country, in charge of, well, as president, it becomes difficult to do, well, anything. But in this case, it becomes difficult to pass bills such as, hey, let's keep the government going so there's a government. And in order to pass the, hey, let's keep the government going so there's a government bill, this time, the Republican Party was insisting that the federal funding that helps people pay for the insurance plans that they're mandated to have under the Affordable Care Act passed under President Obama, you may have heard of it referred to as Obamacare. TLDR, the federal government pays states a whole bucket of money to help people pay for their health insurance bills. The Republican Party hates this and wanted to kill it. However, without it, the health insurance that people are mandated to have would like triple in cost. So people don't want it. People don't want it to go away. Donald Trump is a petulant demented child whose handlers are intent on destroying the country. So they don't care about that. And God. So basically, in order to pass the "Hey, let's keep the government going" bill, Republicans insisted that these federal subsidies for the healthcare plans be eliminated. And the Democrats were like, no, that's a bad idea. Guys, those subsidies are, one, ridiculously popular, and two, kind of necessary for a whole bunch of people to afford health insurance, which lets them, live. Not to mention, it enables a whole bunch of spending. Like, medical spending is a big part of the way that a lot of the economy works. So if we eliminate the subsidies and fewer people are spending on medicine, the economy will go in the tank? Wait a second, I thought you guys branded yourselves as the good economy party. And Republicans are like, yeah, but we're hellbent on destroying the government. So what? The economy goes in the tank. Oh no. All of our billionaire backers will be fine. Poor people will be fucked. We're the Republicans. So the Republicans didn't really listen to any of the half-hearted, semi-logical arguments from the Democrats, and they just said, take away the subsidies, or else we'll shut down the government. And if we shut down the government, we'll blame it on you. And Democrats were like, but if you shut down the government, you'll be the one shutting down the government. We'll just blame it on you. And they went back and forth, and eventually the bill didn't get passed, and the government shut down. Which means, like, there is still a government and a president and everything. By the way, this map is just fucked. There is still a government, and the rules are in effect. But a lot of federal employees have either been laid off or furloughed or have been gently asked to work for free for a while. Because listen, there need to be, federal marshals and people doing security checks in airports and air traffic controllers and that sort of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of leopards eating a lot of faces right now, and the problem, well, one of the many problems, is that when next it comes time to vote in this country, which in a way that matters may or may not be in my lifetime, we'll see. There's a lot of leopards eating a lot of faces right now. And when next we vote in this country, there will be a lot of people saying, oh no, this time they'll eat the right faces. And nothing will have been learned. But I digress. Every building here is furious at me, even the ones like this business right here is 2 tiles away and has 2 houses solely dedicated to it and yet is dying. So yeah, all this shit is fucked. My point is, for the past several weeks, the federal government has been shut down. And this has been bad. People have lost money. People have lost jobs. People have died. The Trump administration is directly responsible for the deaths of millions of people. By the way, Donald Trump is a war criminal. But I digress. Last night, the Democratic Party decided. So even let's back up a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, we had election day in this country. And pretty much any Republican in an even marginally dangerous territory lost. The Republican Party is disgustingly unpopular right now because the Republicans have lined up in lockstep behind Donald Trump, who is doing, or allowing to be done, let's be honest with ourselves, some monstrously terrible things that people don't like. So when the people had a chance to go out and vote, they voted in droves against Donald Trump and the Republican Party. The Democratic Party decided, you know what? Let's just cave. Let's just cave. Specifically, just a couple of days after the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, announced that they were probably gonna have to scale back on, and anything that the federal government says right now can be taken with a heavy grain of salt because the Republican Party is hell-bent on destroying the country. And they lie a lot. But the FAA said, hey, we're going to have to cut back federal aviation security because we can't pay the air traffic controllers. Because, well, so the plan was they're going to scale back on some flights at some airports, which is bad because there's a lot of flights and a lot of airports and a lot of people who are traveling at the end of November and into December for various reasons. Including, it should be noted, a whole bunch of rich Democratic senators. Just a couple of days later, the Democratic Party said, hey, about that whole we won't vote to reopen the government unless in the bill are continued protections for the Obamacare subsidies. What if, instead, we vote to reopen the government now, thereby handing the Republicans a big win and taking a lot of pressure off of them, in exchange for a promise that in a few months you'll have a vote on whether or not we continue the Obamacare subsidies. A vote that may or may not happen, and if it happens, will definitely be shot down, and the subsidies will be disabled, and people's health insurances will triple in cost immediately as they're supposed to be choosing health insurance for next year. And in addition to that absolutely worthless promise, the Democrats also wanted the Republicans to agree that President Trump wouldn't continue illegally withholding all of the various funds and services that his government has been illegally withholding since literally the day he took office. So the Democrats decided to trade their biggest leverage point and biggest advantage they have over the Republicans for a meaningless promise to do nothing and a meaningless problem not to continue doing the illegal thing they've been doing for 10 months now. Someone please help this country. Hey, China, is anyone... Listen, I know that I don't even know who the people... I don't know the name of a single person who's in charge of China, but listen, friends. We, for one, would welcome our new Chinese overlords. I'm just saying Germany never beat the Nazis. I'm just saying. Yeah, the Democratic Party's platform, such as the Democratic Party believes in anything, which, open question, the Democratic Party is not anything resembling leftist. Someone please help. Someone please take this country away from this country. Can we do like a... Okay. Well, shit. 2886 in Beijing is a score. It's top 4% in the world. Samurai Sam was number literal 1. So let's drop those slams in the chat and bring in our Wordle and yeah. Okay. Sadly, the Wordle today is not invade. It is not conquer. It is not the Wordle today is scare. That's fine. No, there's an A in it. All right. The Wordle today is panic. No, there's no C. Okay. The Wordle today is vapid. There we go. The Wordle today. No, well, we found out where the A goes. That's something. It's not mania because there's no I. It could be mango. The Wordle today is mango. Nope. All right. The Wordle today is... Can't be hatch. There's no C. The Wordle today is batty. Hi, Sam. Oh, Samurai Sam has redeemed a crab raven. Actually, the wordle today is Tabby? Maybe the wordle today is Tabby. The wordle today is Tabby, or is a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat. All right, that is the wordle. And now, let us do some guessing of time. Hi, Bill. Spend most of the episode ranting about the Democratic Party, and then we get Bill. Hi, Bill. All right, so this is... hi there. Does that say Dublin? That totally does say Dublin. So this is the Dublin senior baseball team? Odd, but okay. So this is Bill, this is Dublin. Bill was president from 93 to 2001, so Dublin, Ireland, 1995? Yeah, sure, fine. Dublin, Ireland, 1995. It's going to be a good day when you're dead, Bill. No, we're probably not at literal Dublin Castle. We're at Fallon and Burn in Dublin, Ireland in 1995. Hey, how about that? We were less than half a kilometer away from where Bill was in 1995. Next. All right, so Sovetskas is off that away. Vilnius is to the left of here. Sam thought it was Cork. It was not, in fact, Cork. Panama is off that away, which is weird. Hold on. How can Panama be off that? No, that doesn't make sense. That probably says something else. This appears to be some Russian cyclotry going on here. Like I don't know. These seem vaguely rocketish, but it could just be a weird cycling race. This is a weird Russian cycling race. Okay. So this weird Russian cycling race is happening near... This is a good question. Between Sovetskas and Vilnius, which doesn't help much, but okay. Let's see here. Where would... Man, I have no idea. Okay. We're just going to say that we're on the outskirts of Moscow, because fuck finding it. And we're also going to say that this is around the time of Sputnik, so it's 1951. It was 1983. Sorry, what? On second glance, yeah, this is not really 50s fashion here, is it? Goddamn to 1980s black and white photography. Also, okay. We did bad. Next. Hi there, halls of some government. What do you say? Oh. Okay, so this appears to be Greek. If you had zoomed in on Lithuania even a little, you would have seen a city listed on the sign. Oh. Well, I didn't. All right, so this sign is, I would read this, but it's all Greek to me, so I don't know exactly what we're saying here. But we are somewhere vaguely Grecian in... given the flaring, we're going to say 70s. Yeah, the flaring and the sideburns and the, hey, look, I remember when the Beatles were popular haircuts. Yeah, okay. Let's say somewhere in Athens in 1972. That seems feasible. All right, let's go here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Make heart go boom, boom, boom. Does that say... It doesn't really say. No, I thought it doesn't really say Parthenon or anything like that. But, you know, we're somewhere in Athens. How about that? Athens, Greece, 1972. It was Athens, Greece, 1973. Hey, hey! Oh, let's see here. Okay, so this guy took power and then had a vote just to be like, hey, here's what I want to do. Are y'all cool with that? By the way, I'm doing it whether or not you like it. But are y'all cool with that? I could go for that, honestly. That's kind of the way I run my Discord server. I'd make a great leader of a country, by the way. I'm just saying, if anybody wanted to, like, provide, gonna ballpark it at $10 trillion. If anyone wanted to give me $10 trillion and absolute power, I could make some things happen. I'm just saying. No? Okay, fine. So we got global goals. I mean, it's a lovely thought. The idea that we might agree on some global goals. That's a fun fantasy. I like that. All right. What do we got? We've got some folks with, absolute power and unfathomable wealth. I mean, probably, Sam. But think of all the good that would be done first. You know. All right, we're having a red solo cup party, it looks like. What are we doing here? We got tiny little flashlight deals. Everybody's very excited about the goals of the globe. Where are we? We appear to be on a boat of some kind. And by boat, I mean bridge, but also possibly boat. All right, we got a whole bunch of mostly white folks. I was going to say that this just looks like performative white bullshit, but Sonny's right. Maybe you could do a Brewster's Millions situation. Can we do a Brewster's Trillions? Brewster's Trillions is one of the titles of the episode. I am all in favor of a Brewster's Trillions situation. It's like, okay, have I created a benevolent authoritarian socialist government? Well, given that no such thing has ever existed, but I did start with $10 trillion. If you start with $10 trillion and you end with a benevolent authoritarian socialist government, it's gonna be fine. You just have to get from A to B. I'm not the middleman. I'm just an ideas guy. Oh God, where the hell are we? Should probably focus on this and stop possibly literally suggesting treason. Possibly literally suggesting treason is not the title of the episode, just to be safe. At a very far distance, this dude looked like Chris Evans being incognito as Captain America. Find that amusing. Also, hold on. I thought that might be a helpful hint on his scarf. It's not. Y'all, I have no idea where the hell we are. Germany 2012. Sure. We're in Berlin, Germany in 2012. It might be London. That's entirely possible. It was London. Oh, apparently this is like a known bridge. All right, fine. Thank you, Sonny. This is a bus from the Sheriff's Department of Los Angeles County, so presumably we're in California. This sign says California on it, so, I have an idea. All right. So we got some folks. This is just U.S. Truck Conservation Corps. It's very important that we conserve our trucks, apparently. Oh, God. All right. Click that button. Let's go over here. Yeah, we're just going to say somewhere outside Los Angeles, California, 1958. Yeah, sure, fine. That seems reasonable. I don't know. This whole getup seems a little, well, No, that seems fine. Let's go right about, I don't think we'd be like in the city, would we? What is this? No, sheriff's buses only. Oh, okay, so this is right at a sheriff's station. Okay. In that case, we're probably right at like a cop shop or a prison or something. And presumably, they have one of those. Sonny remembers the bridge from the Turf movies. You know, I've seen all 8 of those. I don't remember there being many bridges. I was making a joke. It turned out I was right. Oh, God. Okay. Where the hell are we? That's a good question. Do I have a... Not really. Let's just pop a pin in Compton and call it good. We are in Los Angeles, California in 1958. It was indeed just north of that in 1943. Sure, fine. 38,536 sure is a score. If we head to the Discord server, we will see in our lovely Game Station channel that Samurai Sam got 32,042. So we drop some GGs in the chat. And now, for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Atlantans and Red Sox and Blue Jays and Angels and dudes what whacked 40 dingers in a season and dude what had 100 R's B's eyes. Okay. A fella who played for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays is Mark Whitten. I don't think Mark Whitten was a Blue Jay, but he might have been. It's entirely possible that he was. Dude who played for the Red Sox and the Angels is Bartolo Colon. Dude who played for the Red Sox and had 40 dingers in a season is David Ordaz. He was good at baseball, specifically the hitting of them. He was very good at hitting baseballs. Dude who played for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays is Shea Hillenbrand. Shea Hillenbrand played for the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. And also like Roger Clemens and Jose Canseco. But listen, we got a deep cut. We needed an actual legitimate deep cut. Dude who played for the Blue Jays and the Atlantans is Steve Avery? No. Dave Stieb? No. We'll get back to that. A dude who played for the Blue Jays and had 100 R's B's eyes in a seasons is Jose Bautista. It's a true fact. Dude who played for the Angels and had 100 RBI in a season is Garrett Anderson. Garrett Anderson ever have a 100 RBI year? Yeah, probably. He played in like an offensive explosive era and he was very good. Yeah, Garrett Anderson, he had a 100 RBI season, probably a handful of them. A dude who had a 40 homer season and a 100 RBI season is Carlos Beltran. I don't know if Carlos Beltran ever had a 40 homer season. 40's a fair whack of dingers. That's an impressive number of bombs. Let's go Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard had a 40 season and a 100 RBI season. And now, we must name some Atlanta Atlantans. A dude who played for Atlanta and had a 40 homer season is... I want to say Hank Aaron, but one of the things I know about Hank Aaron is he hit like 755 home runs, but I know he never had a 50 homer season. I think he might have never had a 40 homer season, which is absurd, but I think that's true. I think that's correct, which means fuck. Did Matt Olson have a 40 homer season that one year he was 1 in Atlanta and 2 good? I don't think so. Did Freddie Freeman have... No, I don't think Freddie Freeman was a 40 homer guy. Did Fred McGriff wasn't really a... I mean, he hit homers, but he wasn't like a homer guy. Chipper Jones hit homers, but I don't know if he was like a homer guy. Ryan Klesko hit homers. Was he like a homer guy? Maybe. Dan Castellaneta hits homers. Is he a homer? Well, he actually is a homer guy. So he's like the homer guy. Oh, God. All right. Well, an Atlantan who also played for the Blue Jays is Josh Donaldson. That's a true factual statement. And an Atlantan who was an Angel is Mark Teixeira. And now, Mark Teixeira probably would have been a good guess for an Atlantan who had a 40 homer season. Fuck. Oh, God. There are like 6 guys I think it could be, but I'm not certain about any of them. Well, it's good I never guessed Teixeira for that square then. Let's see here. I mean, it could be Fred McGriff. It could be Austin Riley. I don't think it is any of these guys, though. It could be Chipper Jones. It could be Ryan Klesko. It could be Hank Aaron. Okay. For Hank Aaron to have hit 755 homers and never have a 40 homer season, he would have had to hit 39 homers a year for like 20 years. which he basically did. Damn it. Oh, fuck it. It's Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron is an Atlantan who had a 40 homer season. Oh, he did. Oh, thank God. Oh, I knew like there was a factoid in my head that he never hit like a round number of homers in a season. And I couldn't remember if that round number was 50 or 40. It was 50. Hank Aaron never had a 50 homer season. He was just fucking good at hitting homers for a long ass fucking time. And then somebody who was better at him than hitting homers came along, which is what happens. Oh, goodness. This is an Immaculate Grid, and folks, this has been an episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. I fully intend to be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock Eastern for another edition. Until then, thank you all so very much for being here. This is the end screen, and goodbye.